Now, tens of thousands of unionized workers in this country's banking sector went on strike today to protest the government's push to implement a performance-based pay system in the finance industry. But participation wasn't as high, and services in the banking sector went without much hiccups. Minyoung reports.
Labor union members in the financial industry staged a walkout for the first time in 2 years on Friday in protest against the adoption of a performance-based salary system in the sector. According to an estimate by the Korean Financial Industry Union, more than 50,000 bank employees skipped work and met at the Sangam World Cup Stadium in western Seoul to take part in the strike. The strikers included about 15% of union members at the 4 major banks, Kookmin, Shinhan, KEB, Hana, and Woori Bank. Banking services, however, suffered no major disruptions. The strike came after more than 95% of union members voted for a general strike 2 months ago.
This strike represents a strong call from all of the 100,000 workers in the financial industry to fight against the adoption of performance-based pay, which will destroy our livelihoods.
Under the merit-based wage system, their annual pay would be determined solely by their performance, in contrast with the current system based on seniority. The KFIU argues that forcing the implementation of such a wage system on the financial sector would simply lead to banks firing more employees. Labor experts say financial sector workers were enraged by the lack of any talks between the labor union and the government before pushing ahead with the plan.
The procedure itself had many flaws. It seems to me that the government's arbitrary decision is somewhat responsible for the strong resistance we are now witnessing.
Last year, the government announced it would require the performance-based system to be implemented in all public institutions. Now that's being extended to the financial sector. It argues that amid a sluggish economy, the merit-based system is not only urgent but long overdue. The government said it's open to talks with bank workers on the details of the system, but the union remains displeased. It says more strikes are coming unless the government scraps the plan. Minyoung, Arirang News.